Kung Fu Car Chat. Teamwork. You know, I'm bombarded with emails and things on social media about leadership and being an entrepreneur, but I don't really see a lot of information on the importance of working on a team and understanding how to work together on a team. In my opinion, if you don't know how to work on a team, you're going to be a terrible leader. Because in order to understand how to get people to work together, you have to understand how to work together with people. So in my experiences as a firefighter, as a business owner, as a martial art instructor, whether I'm a chief instructor or an assistant instructor over 20 years, and also being in a few different bands where we play all original music and write our own things, and I've worked together with some amazing musicians. I've had good experiences and bad experiences, and I never see people talking about the most important thing, which is working together as a team and how to make that the best possible. So one thing is first, I think is very important, is you can't be sensitive. I think too many people are sensitive. Too many people are, they get their feelings hurt and then they kind of lash out on it, especially social media. They start making all kinds of posts and whining and whatever. But I remember being in a band where I would bring to the table, and especially when I was younger, some music I wrote, and the guys wouldn't like it. And it would piss me off. It would upset me. And I would start just out of spite not liking their music. And before you know it, we're sabotaging the entire band and the band's over. Everybody hates each other's guts and it didn't work out. But later on, as I got older and wiser, I started to realize that you can't be so personally attached to this kind of thing. Some people will like it and some people won't. And the band that I was in, where I would write a lot of music, they liked a lot of it. Some things they didn't like, didn't matter, didn't bother me. In the end of the day, it was better for the band because it was a collaborative effort and we were able to exchange ideas and create music that was awesome, and we were very successful until members of the band, moved away and moved on to bigger and better things. But very successful band. I was very proud of it and still very proud of our work that we did. But I learned some very valuable lessons being in a band and working together with people. And the first one is, don't be so damn sensitive. Not everybody's going to like your stuff. And you know what? You're not as good as you think you are. I look in the mirror every day and go, yeah, there's a lot to work. There's a lot of work to be done. So that's one of the most important things. The next important thing is communication. You got to be able to talk to your team. You got to be able to be open mind and open heart. You got to be able to say what you feel. Sometimes it can be much more beneficial for the team to be just open and honest about how you're feeling about whatever work it is that you're doing. And sometimes it might be other things that are triggering you to be angry. Or you might need to just take a second to realize, what is your position in the team? If you're trying to be the leader and you're not the leader, you're going to have problems because the leader has to lead and the followers have to follow. It's like the stars in the sky. If each star was trying to be the North Star, the universe would be in flux. It would be a disaster. Everybody needs to know their role and know their part. Now, being a firefighter, we have two different kinds of leadership. One which is more like totalitarian, I think we call X-style leadership, where there's no questioning the orders. There's no, hey, I have an idea. There's no time for that. And then there's Y leadership, where, okay, it's maybe not a very important emergency situation, we can discuss it. But when it's X leadership, for example, CPR on a person who passed away, everybody needs to know what their job is, or else that person's going to die. So in your business, in your group, in your team, if you don't know what your role is, then you're going to have some trouble with your team. So it's very important to have open communication, and it's very important to be open and honest when you guys are working together. If you start talking behind the other people's back and they start finding out about it, it's not going to go over very well. I'm not a big fan of that. In the Kung Fu and the martial art world, that's what we're famous for, talking behind each other's back. I'd rather just say it to my face than behind my back. And I enjoy just telling people how it is right to their face too. It's a lot easier. And you know what? I respect people that talk to me to my face about things, as well as I think people will respect me for going right to their face as well. So have open lines of communication. Be open and honest about it. Don't be sensitive. If people don't like what you're doing or whatever, talk about it. Maybe there's a collaborative effort. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to learn something new. It's very important. If it's a collaborative effort, it's just for the betterment of the group. And if you have a leader, you got to understand their mind and their mindset. Help them grow as well. Don't think that, just pointing the finger at the leader and making complaints and excuses is going to make you right. It doesn't work that way. If you're not there to help in the sense of getting a job done, as well as coming up with good ideas and putting things into action, as well as helping the group and the leader grow, then you're going to have a very difficult time, not only with that group, but with any group that you belong to. Another thing that's very important is to make sure that you're aligning yourself with people who have the same values in that group. If you're very, excited about a certain thing and subject and they're not, then you need to start really reevaluating your goals and what you're doing to do that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this car chat. Instead of always worrying about being a leader and being successful and making a lot of money and being rich and all this ridiculous stuff, try to be a better team person. Try to get things done. Try to work together. Try to develop better communication. Try not to be so sensitive. Try to work together for the betterment of the group and just do your part. If everybody was to do their part, it would affect everyone else in the group. If you just say, whatever, the leader is lazy and unorganized, well, now the entire group suffers. But if you say, you know what, let me help get this group together, let's get it going, let's get it motivating, then the entire team is motivated. So if you're in a martial arts school, be a good student, be a good assistant instructor, be a good coach, be a good instructor, be a good parent, be active. Don't play the blame game. It's your fault. It's my fault. No one else's fault. So, do your very best. Don't worry about being a leader. You'll be a leader by being on a good team. If you're really, really good on a good team, you're going to develop into a leader naturally. Joe Keat, Kung Fu Car Chat. Have a wonderful day.